South Africa's top flight, the ABSA Premiership, returns to action this Friday at the Harry Kwala Stadium, where surprisingly winless Maritzburg United host Amakosi, who are also winless. Jason Nagel, would you take this game? Would you take Kaizer Chiefs in this one? I mean, Maritzburg United are winless in 3 games and they've only scored one goal. So would you take Kaizer Chiefs?
Well, looking at this fixture last season, there was 2 teams challenging for top honours, fighting for that 3rd spot, if you remember. And now this season they're both winners in the league campaign. I think this one ends in a draw. What do you say?
Well, I know Kaizer Chiefs haven't won at the Harry Kwala Stadium in a very, very long time, but I mean, Maritzburg United, they've been horrendous this season. They've only scored 1 goal out of 3 games and they've lost 2 home games already. So I'll go for Kaizer Chiefs there, 33-20. And then we kick off Saturday's action with the Limpopo Derby, where Polokwane City host Baroka. And Polokwane City have lost their first Limpopo Derby against Black Leopards 2-0. So do you give them any chance there against Baroka, who have been fairly decent? I mean, everyone tipped them to be relegated, but they've been fairly decent. A draw against Kaizer Chiefs and a win against Cape Town City. So do you think maybe they can beat Polokwane City there?
Well, if you look at Polokwane City, they do most of their talking on social media, not much on the pitch. And talent show appeal for Baroka looked dangerous on that left flank in midweek. But I think this one ends in a draw. What do you say?
Well, I think Baroka have surprised everyone there, so I'll go for Baroka at 49-20. I mean, that's value all day. And they've beaten Cape Town City. And speaking about Cape Town City, they host Golden Arrows at a very, very weird odds. The Cape Town City are priced up at 27-20 against Golden Arrows, who are not such good travellers. Would you take Cape Town City at 27-20?
Ridiculous odds. I'll take them all day long. I think Cape Town City are going to be the surprise package for everyone this campaign. It's Benny McCarthy's 2nd season. I said a couple of weeks ago, can he adopt Jose Mourinho's 2nd season syndrome? And, you know, they could look like one of the league challengers, although it's early. I think they'll win this one. What do you say?
Well, I also agree with you there. I think Cape Town City are a bank of the weekend, 27-20, take that all day. Bidvest first, they've won 2 out of 2. I mean, they're high flying. They surprised everyone. They made not so good signings, but they've turned out to be like very, very good signings. They had 11-10 against SuperSport United, who haven't been convincing this season, and they lost their away game against Polokwane City, and they needed penalties to beat Orlando Pirates. So what do you think of this one? Would you take Wits?
Well, if you look at Gavin Hunt's teams, he can work quite finely with average players. Well, we say average, but they're actually top class players. Dion Hotto has been a superb signing. And if you look at these 2 teams, apart from the top 3 teams in the country, they are probably the 2 of the biggest, so I think this one ends in a draw. What do you say? Yeah,
I'll go for Wits there. I think they'll get 9 points there. I mean, they're high-flying this season, so take Wits at 11-10. Chippa United play at the Sisa Tugashi Stadium. They're hosting Black Leopards newcomers. Chippa United have had problems playing at the Sisa Tugashi Stadium. A lot of people don't approve the ground there. So do you think hosting Black Leopards can get them back to winning ways at the Sisa Tugashi?
Well, both teams are actually having problems with their stadium, but I think there's just too much happening at Chippa United, so I think this one ends in a draw.
I also think it's a draw there. I can't separate them. Amazulu host Free State Stars, who beat Maritzburg United last week, and Amazulu won their first game against Baroka. So would you take Amazulu there to make it 2 from 2 at home?
Well, you know what Usuthu are capable of in Amlazi. I think they're going to be a force. They're going to make Kings Willetini Stadium a fortress this campaign. I think this one ends in an Amazulu victory. What do you say?
Yeah, just like they did last season, Mlazi was a fortress for Amazulu there. So at even money, I'd take Amazulu against Free State Stars. Bloemfontein Celtic host Orlando Pirates there, and Steve Komphela has surprised everyone. He's winning games at Bloemfontein Celtic. I mean, they had problems there with money and salary and all of that. They host Orlando Pirates, who are surprisingly at 15-10. Do you think the bookmakers were wrong at 15-10?
Well, Steve Komphela has never beaten Orlando Pirates. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but he couldn't beat the previous Orlando Pirates teams. Are Dutch going to stand any chance with this one? You saw them so far. There's signs of what's to come in the upcoming campaigns. Marco has been probably the only signing that I'm not so convinced with, but Vincent Pule, Justin Shanga, Augustine Mulenga, they've been brilliant to watch this season. What do you say?
Definitely. It's just a matter of time till Pirates boss everyone. At 15-10, I think the bookmakers were quite generous there. So yeah, Mamelodi Sundowns, they're back to CAF Champions League action this weekend. They go to Wydad Casablanca, the defending champions. Do you give them any chance against the defending champions?
Well, Wydad Casablanca, their last home loss in the CAF Champions League was way back in 2016, and that was against Al Ahly. They've won, unsurprisingly, they've won their last 12 since. And in that run, Mamelodi Sundowns was there in the quarterfinals, 1-0 last season. So I think this one ends in another Wydad victory. What do you say?
Well, what's the first leg where they drew 1-1 in Pretoria there? And Wydad Casablanca kind of like dominated Sundowns in Pretoria. So I think at home, they'll definitely beat Mamelodi Sundowns. So that's it. You heard it from Banele, Pikwa and Jason Nagel. We're going for Cape Town City, Orlando Pirates, and Wydad Casablanca as best bets for the weekend.
For more soccer betting tips and previews, make sure you get the latest copy of Soccer Betting News for only 10 Rand at your nearest Hollywood Bets branch.